Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I'm sitting down to chat with you guys about my kids' chores, their updated chore charts, and doing something that I really thought I would never do and why. And I want to thank Night Zookeeper for sponsoring today's video. You guys will hear more about Night Zookeeper here in a second. So before I jump in and share like all of the details with you guys, let me just start off this video by saying that everyone is going to have a different view on chores, what's appropriate, how much responsibility a child should carry, and I am not sharing this for critique or feedback, more to share what I am doing in my home this year. Our new homeschool year always brings about a time of reflection for me on our household, on the needs of our household, on the ages of my children, on the demands of our life, on all of the things, and I find myself evaluating basically everything. So I am not someone who changes my children's daily chores but once a year. I find that in order for my kids to become really proficient at a task, they need to do it over and over again, and also it's just a streamlined process rather than having to remind them, having to tell them that's not your chore anymore, this is now, or whatever. So everybody's chores stay the same for the whole year until we start a new homeschool year, and then I will have kids swap chores so that they're getting different exposures to doing different things, and then just kind of a time to like reevaluate. My kids are getting older, they can definitely handle more responsibility. I am working and I have for the last few years, but it's just like, there was just a lot of things. And so this was an area that I really felt like I needed to address and make some changes. So that is kind of the intro that I wanted to lead into this with. Also, my kids do have chore charts. They are printables. This is what they look like. I designed them, and they simply go in their binders that stay on their desk for the homeschool year. So if they ever need to reference it, they can. Notice that my kids are not making the check marks on here. That's because they are old enough to remember to do these things, and we don't need those check marks for verification. But if you want them, they are there, and this is available for purchase down below. On my website. So if you guys have been around my channel for any length of time, you have heard me mention Night Zookeeper before. We have been loving using Night Zookeeper in our homeschool for years. Many of you have heard of it before, but in case you have not, Night Zookeeper is an award-winning creative writing platform for kids ages 5 through 12 with tons and tons of fun interactive games to help your kids improve their writing abilities, teach them proper grammar and sentence structure, help with spelling, as well as computer literacy, learning how to use a computer, logging into things, logging out of things, signing in with passwords. All of that is all very important. Night Zookeeper can be used as a supplement for for those of you who watch whose kids do not stay home and are homeschooled. It can be done in the afternoons. It can be done as a very good use of screen time where they're learning and engaging their minds and they don't know that it is, or it can be used as a supplement in your homeschool. If you're a mom who has a lot of little kids, having options like Night Zookeeper for supplemental things to have one of your younger children working on while you're giving one-on-one attention to another one is vital. Take it from me, I know from experience. Night Zookeeper is also great for, like I said, using screen time. Kids enjoy games, they enjoy utilizing screens. It's just the way that it goes, and so we need to make sure we are using things that are actually educational and beneficial for them when they are using those screen time minutes and hours that we allot them. Another thing I want to point out is that if you have a child who struggles with writing or is a reluctant writer, Night Zookeeper can be very helpful because it is, it's not traditional, write me a paper, write me an essay. There's a lot of different games, a lot of different ways to get your child's mind and creative energy flowing, and Night Zookeeper can be really helpful for that. We personally use Night Zookeeper in our homeschool on Fridays when we have a lighter school day and my younger children do not do their language arts coursework on Fridays. So Night Zookeeper is the perfect thing to have them spend some time on, still reviewing those concepts, still practicing important things, but it's a nice change for them and for me. So I have a link down below for you guys where you can get 50% off of your subscription to Night Zookeeper, and they do have a multi-sibling plan. So if you have more than one child, you can take advantage of it that way. There is no code that is needed to take advantage of the offer. You just have to click that link down below. You can try it, check it out. You and your children will love it. There's just endless games and different ways for them to explore writing and creativity. So all of the information to Night Zookeeper will be down below, and thank you so much, Night Zookeeper, for continuing to sponsor my channel. People will say, well, how did you get your kids doing chores? Do they complain about doing chores? All the questions that come with chores. So let me just tell you guys right out of the gate, my kids are normal kids. They do complain. They don't want to do their chores diligently every single day, but I have worked year after year after year to build up their character in this area, and they know that there are consequences and repercussions for a lackluster job, meaning I will make them come back and do it again, and then it takes twice as long. And so overall, I would say my children are pretty good at doing their chores. However, chores and maintaining the household and cleaning up after themselves, although they're normal kids and they need reminders, this is not something that I just started doing. So this is habit training that has been taking place in my home since my kids were toddlers. When my kids were toddlers, they would help clean up toys. I would have them go and pick up something, just like very simple things, make their beds when they were in their little toddler beds, different things like that, and just have them be a helpful member of our household, clean up their toys, pick up their clothing off the floor, like very basic things. I would say I started really giving my kids like actual chores, because I know a lot of people are going to wonder, my kids are younger, what should I do? By the time my kids were 5 and 6, they were definitely helping out with like a dishwasher or something like that, running a vacuum, that kind of thing. But now with my kids being the ages that they are, which is 16, 15, 13, and 11, they could definitely do more. And I noticed last year that when we were doing their chores, which they do every morning before school, that's when they do chores. It's something we do right away. It sets the tone for the day. It gets our house clean and in order, and it just works best. After school, they want to have free time. They want to go outside. They want to go work out. They want to chat with a friend, whatever it is. They do not want to be bogged down with something else. So my kids very much enjoy getting their chores out of the way. However, going back to what I was saying, last year I noticed that a lot of the chores were not taking hardly 15 minutes. And I still found myself needing to do more household chores in the morning than my children. So they were like ready to start school and I wasn't, because I was still doing something or cleaning something or whatever. And so I took note of that. I also last year was utilizing a cleaning service to deep clean my house once a month. Now, before you think that I am not cleaning my house, can I just remind you that I have 4 almost teenagers and 3 dogs, and the cleaning company was coming once a month. So you guys, like, that is not sufficient for cleaning. We were still cleaning, we were still vacuuming, we were still dusting, but they were coming in once a month and basically just doing everything top to bottom in one day. And I really enjoy that, like knowing everything's been touched in one day, and maybe the baseboards too, because we're not always getting to baseboards around here. But like many of you, you know, I never wanted that to become a monthly thing, but it was just kind of one of those things that with me working a lot and all of the other things, it was just something that I was choosing to dedicate some funds to. However, this year, since we started back to school, I thought to myself, you know what, we don't actually need to have a house cleaner, and I just need to let go of wanting everything clean in one day. And if you're not a type A personality or someone who really loves that, you will not understand why that is such a big deal. You'll be like, what? But it's a big deal. But I needed to let that go because, like many of you guys, everything is more expensive. You know, just everything. We have new team drivers, insurance is crazy, like just all the things. And so we were looking for ways to trim down some things that we didn't necessarily need. And so I thought the cleaning service I could get rid of. And because I was already allocating them so much money out of the budget, I thought to myself, I wonder if I divided up, like, if I were to make a list of what it means to clean our house from top to bottom, and I divided that up over the week, could everyone in my house almost touch one of those things in a week's time? Now, I couldn't get it completely, but I could get it pretty close. And then I thought to myself, I've never paid my kids allowance, and maybe since the cleaning company was occupying this amount of money on the budget line, I could still be saving some money and then paying my children allowance for doing a little bit more than what they were doing previously. Now, you might hear that and think, allowance? You've never paid your kids allowance? No, I have not ever paid my children allowance until this year, and here is why. I do not believe that we need to be rewarded and incentivized for doing everything in life. There are certain things that we must do in our day-to-day life because that's what our life requires. I don't think that your child cleaning up after themselves is worthy of payment. That is just like common sense. That's what they should be doing, in my opinion. So my kids making their bed and feeding our dogs and cleaning up after the dogs in the backyard, like those are all normal responsibilities. Unloading the dishwasher, they eat the food that we buy and they dirty the dish. So it was never like, they were never doing something that was like above and beyond that warranted payment. Because my children are blessed beyond measure, their needs and wants are met. And so we have never done allowance. It's just been everybody chips in and that's the way it goes. And they've never whined about it because there's never been any alternative. However, like going back to what I was saying, I thought, you know, they're getting older and maybe I need to, you know, I wanted to start focusing more on money management with them anyway. And so it was like this multi-faceted thing that was just making a lot of sense for us for many reasons, disciplinary reasons as well. So we decided, okay, we will give an allowance, but they are going to be above and beyond actual like normal things because they live in our house and they're a part of our family. So I am paying an allowance now. I am paying an allowance. We pay them every 2 weeks in accordance with how my husband is paid. And I'm not going to give the dollar amount because I don't really think that's important, but they are getting paid. Now, with that though comes, if there is anything that they want to buy, a gift for, you know, a sibling's birthday or anything, like they are to use that allowance. It is not just money for them to spend all on themselves. And if they choose to be irresponsible with their money, then they have no money. So they're learning, you know, how the work equates the dollar and what they want to use for it and what they don't. And so it's been a good thing. There's also been some valuable lessons with people being careless in our home and breaking something and then having to forfeit allowance because it needs to be replaced. And so, like I said, it's been a good thing because my kids are getting older and it was like a lot of things were meeting the needs. So I was never the mindset of paying my children for being active members in our household and maintaining our home and cleaning up after themselves. But now that I have them actually fulfilling like more of what needed to be done around the house, my husband and I feel good about paying them an allowance. So I will share with you guys everything that my kids are doing. If you're wanting chore ideas, like I said, my children are 16 down to 11, and they do these chores Monday through Saturday. No one has a chore on Sunday other than my boy is making sure the trash gets to the curb for pickup time, trash and recycling. So let's start with my oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter is 16. So on Monday, she has to unload the dishwasher in the morning and clean up after the dogs in the backyard. There's a specific way that we do that. It's a little more involved. And then also cleaning our sliding glass door because there's dog drool on it all of the time. On Tuesday, she is to dust all of the ceiling fans throughout the entire house, and she cleans up everything after dinner. This means doing all the dishes, taking out the kitchen trash, wiping down all the countertops in the kitchen, cleaning the stove if there's any, need for that after cooking a meal, wiping down our dining table, pushing in all the chairs, sweeping up any crumbs, like the whole dinner cleanup. That is her job on Tuesday nights. That has been a game changer for me, you guys. Having my kids help with that is a very impactful thing. On Wednesday, she is to wipe all of the cabinetry in our house with a wet cloth. That means bathrooms, laundry rooms, kitchen, everywhere. 4 dogs, shaking drool, like it'll go everywhere. It's a must. So that is something she does. On Thursday, she steam mops the entire downstairs of our house. Friday, she dusts and Windexes her entire bedroom, and she does backyard cleanup again. Saturday, she vacuums the entire house for me as far as carpeting goes. And on Tuesday is her laundry day. So each of my kids has their own laundry day where they are washing their bed sheets and their dirty clothing. They're responsible for folding, putting it away, putting it back on their beds. And that is what my teenage daughter is doing. Notice that making your bed, cleaning up after yourself, putting your dishes away, like that is not on here because those are not chores. Those are expectations in our house. Moving on to my next child who is 15. On Monday, he is disinfecting all of the toilet bowls. That means the outside, the inside, the area around, Clorox, bleach. We use the toxic chemicals on the toilets. Tuesday, he unloads the dishwasher and he does backyard cleanup. Wednesday, he does the nighttime dinner cleanup that I just described to you for my oldest daughter, and he also does the backyard again. Thursday, he's vacuuming all of the hard floor surfaces. That means the tile in our bathrooms as well as the laminate flooring downstairs. You'll notice that I have my daughter mopping and I have him vacuuming. So vacuuming is getting all the hair, the dog hair and the crumbs up, and then she's coming behind and mopping. Friday, he dusts our entire schoolroom, the desks, the bookshelves, the chairs if there's like any dry erase marker. Saturday, he is steam mopping the tile upstairs, 3 bathrooms and a laundry room. And Sunday, he is taking the trash to the curb. Wednesday is his laundry day. So that includes all of his laundry sheets, not every week, but probably every other to every 3rd week because my kids all shower before going to bed. Then my son who is 13, where's his chore chart? He, of course, puts it in here. 13-year-old, Monday, he's wiping out all of the bathtubs and the showers with a bathroom cleaner and a wet cloth. Tuesday, he's vacuuming and mopping the stairs. Wednesday, he is unloading the dishwasher and Windexing all of our kitchen stainless steel appliances. Thursday, he is cleaning up the backyard. Friday, he Windexes all of the mirrors in our house and he does nighttime dinner cleanup. Saturday, he dusts his entire bedroom. That includes blinds. That means moving all the Legos. You know, they do a good job. And wiping down all of the doors in our household. Sunday, he helps with taking trash to the curb. And Laundry day for him is Thursday. My youngest daughter, who is 11 years old, on Monday, she is wiping all of the bathroom counters and sinks. She's disinfecting them. Tuesday, she dusts our living room as well as our stair banister. Wednesday, she dusts my master bedroom and waters all of the inside plants. On Thursday, she unloads the dishwasher and empties all of the household trash cans, like the little ones in the bathrooms. Friday, she dusts her bedroom, and that is her laundry day. Saturday, she does dinner cleanup and does the backyard. And on Sunday, she also does backyard cleanup, and her laundry day is on Friday. So that is a little bit of a look at the chore system. With this being divvied up amongst them, we are almost doing every single thing that the cleaning company was doing when they were coming in. It's just not happening all on the same day. And to be quite honest, I do miss that feeling of like, everything's glistening, and I still may call them periodically, but I figured this kills a lot of birds with one stone, so we are just gonna try it this way, and so far it's been working well. So that is the update on the chores. That is the update on doing something I never thought I would do, which is paying allowance. Here we are. I reserve the right to change my mind on things and make adjustments as needed and share along the way with you guys. So I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you guys check out the links to Night Zookeeper. That will be down below, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.